Ahoy, my friends! If Scorp's tales be to your liking.
Give this video a sly thumbs up to spread the word.
And join our merry gang by subscribing,
so you never miss an episode.
Your support is the wind in our sails.
Our guiding breeze.
And with that, enjoy the video. At the first light of day in the cozy quarters of Goldshire's Lion's Pride Inn, Scorp, a rascally mischief maker with a taste for trouble, awoke with the itch for a dash of excitement. His destination for the day, the dry hayfields of Westfall, where his unique talents would surely earn him some coin. Battling sly spellcasters along the way, Scorp's trademark move, a swift kick right in the middle of their incantations, left them sputtering curses rather than a single spell cast. Post-skirmish, enter Henk, a paladin yearning for the spotlight that Scorp so effortlessly commanded. Flexing muscles to assert dominance, Henk took the opportunity to make himself look good in front of the camera. Westfall welcomed him with relentless sunshine and sandy mud, a coastal breeze that stung his eyes. This land had been dying for a long time. The Furlbrows, in need of oats to feed Blanchy, their wagon horse, and a fancy pocket watch needing retrieval from thieving bandits, enticed him into assistance with promises of worthwhile rewards. Scorp set out among the abandoned farm nearby. Perfectly good sacks of oats lay curiously close, prompting him to question why the Furlbrows hadn't secured it themselves. Just as he pondered the peculiar proximity of oats to the Furlbrows, crop-harvesting robots came alive and attempted to cut the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. And by that, just to be clear, they tried to slice his head off. Reprogrammed by the Defias bandits, these once friendly machines used for wheat harvesting now turned their mechanisms on the living. The metallic giants encircled Scorp, rendering his usual tricks ineffective. Barely escaping, he realized that his daggers wouldn't do much against rusted metal. Undeterred, he ventured west to a farm overrun by Defias bandits. Stealth became his strategy. He circled, eyeing oat sacks without alerting these beefed-up foes. In a barn, Scorp, concealed, spotted his prize. Employing expert parkour skills, he ascended silently, hidden from the bandits. Descending without a sound, he subdued one before cutting down the other, stumbling upon a letter addressed to the bandit himself.
The getaway plan is a go. We leave tonight. There's just one last thing. I've hidden a stash of equipment up in the Dagger Hills, in the back entrance to the dead mines. The key to the stash is in this envelope. Hopefully we won't need it, but you never know. I'm so relieved we can finally leave this Defias business behind us. By this time tomorrow, we'll be kicking back on the beaches of Stranglethorn. Yours, always, Emily.
Scorp felt a pang of remorse. The least he could do is find this Emily, perhaps now that she's single. He can make a move. Determined to make amends, he planned to discreetly inform Emily about the note he found resting innocently in the mud, sparing her the grim fate of her lover. Approaching the bandit-infested farmhouse, he set his sights on a new goal. The elusive pocket watch belonging to Mr. Furlbrow, possibly tucked away in the house. Aware of potential danger, he steeled himself for the task ahead. Surveying the situation, he noticed multiple bandits inside, but his attention shifted to a peculiar gnome. Uncovering the gnome's plan to sneakily retrieve the pocket watch, Scorp, with a wry smile, outsmarted the inventor, mastering the technique before the gnome could execute it himself. Triumphant, he emerged with oats and the pocket watch, graciously accepting lukewarm milk and stale bread from the Furlbrows, both of which had been sitting in the sun since 2004. Scorp journeyed south, the cracked dirt path leading him through Westfall's resilient landscape. The Saldine farm awaited, where the proud Mr. and Mrs. Saldine refused to abandon their home. Mr. Saldine's offer to deactivate haywire harvest robots in return for coins appealed to Scorp's profit-seeking instincts. Inside the farmhouse, Mrs. Saldine presented a list of ingredients to be collected, in return for a pair of oven gloves and a kitchen knife. Scorp begrudgingly agreed, realizing that in Westfall, even seemingly trivial tasks contributed to his growing reputation. Before tackling the Saldine's requests, he turned his attention to the elusive Emily, the mysterious letter's author. Journeying south in search of the Defias hideout, he discovered a small dock by the ocean. This led him to an abandoned walled-off tunnel, which resembled an exit more than an entrance. Searching the inside of the tunnel, he found Emily's supplies, but no trace of the elusive writer. A magical rune in the box bestowed blade dancing knowledge, a niche ability upon him. Maybe he would enter a blade dancing competition someday. Scorp left his email address and forged evidence that Emily's now expired boyfriend was cheating on her all along with a Murloc while stationed near the coast. He also gave her his number in case she was interested. On the beach, a washed-up supply crate caught Scorp's eye. Waiting for a gnome wizard to distract nearby Murlocs, he planned a swift grab. Unfortunately, a lazy Murloc who stayed behind noticed him, leading to an unexpected chase. Unable to overpower it, he resorted to mind games, teasing the Murloc until boredom prevailed, allowing his escape. Seizing the crate, he outpaced a distracted gnome warlock, surely damaging his reputation among gnome kind, but he didn't care. He faced Murkai, a giant Murloc. Alone, Scorp's decision proved folly, until the gnome warlock he outsmarted earlier intervened, saving him from impending doom. He felt pretty bad after that. Grateful for Scorp's assistance with Murkai, the ghostly lighthouse keeper gave a lackluster reward, a simple wooden torch. He sarcastically marveled at the supposed grand prize, and the ghostly lighthouse keeper simply stated that more must be done. The entire coastline must be purged of Murlocs. En route to Saldine's farm, he stumbled upon a miraculous oasis, a watering hole where fish defied extinction for over 2 decades. Seizing the opportunity, he ravaged the fish population with his fishing pole, leaving chaos in his wake. Engaging in a hunting spree, he pursued giant birds and small boars. In an unconventional move, he left prime cuts to rot, only requiring the snouts, as requested. With a strategic mind, he dismantled haywire harvest robots, skillfully leveraging fences to confuse their targeting systems. Continuing his quest, he faced larger boars on a desolate western road. Quick thinking saved him from a giant boar's tusks, showcasing the importance of using your environment as an advantage. Stumbling upon a human wizard in a struggle with a coyote, he dispatched the beast and, true to his nature, pestered the wizard, pretending to be a creepy pumpkin merchant.
Howdy.
Unexpectedly, the plan backfired. The wizard appreciated Scorp's peculiar compliments, and he found himself unable to get the wizard to leave his hunting grounds.
I'm blushing. Why, thank you.
In an unrelated moment, he stood on a copper ore vein, declaring his claim.
Get it.
A kind woman changed her mind and let him have it. Unbeknownst to her, he lacked mining skills, so she lost out on the copper ore vein, for no reason at all. Westfall's unexpected niceties left him uneasy, prompting him to inject mischief into the otherwise friendly environment. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Reaching the coastal shores, he undertook the unsettling task of hunting Murlocs for Salma Saldine's culinary experiments. Seeking salty eyeballs to complement the vulture meat and boar snouts in her Westfall stew, the peculiar combination tested Scorp's culinary boundaries. In an unintentional rivalry with a human priest, Scorp, attempting solo kills, finally conceded to collaborate. The priest, who made strange noises and spoke in third person, led the charge. The revelation, Bubblebot, seemingly human, was actually a gold farming bot.
Beep. Boop.
Bubblebot needs coast runners.
Following Bubblebot along the coastline, he couldn't resist the tempting trail of loot left by the mechanical mayhem.
Bubblebot needs warriors.
Observing Bubblebot's miniature clones aiding in the Murloc genocide, he expressed concern for their well-being.
They are disposable.
Curiosity led him to ask about Bubblebot's perception of him. Was he also disposable?
Daggerman is friend.
The simple response put him at ease. Attempting to share his own tremendous tales, he found Bubblebot disinterested in his past.
Bubblebot lives a sheltered life.
Learning about Bubblebot's sheltered existence explained his robotic companion's lack of interest in his otherwise highly interesting stories. In return for Bubblebot's openness, he admitted the task of wiping out all the Murlocs exceeded his capabilities, and that he was grateful for Bubblebot's aid. Scorp voiced concerns to Bubblebot, questioning the wisdom of targeting larger Murlocs. Bubblebot confidently asserted it could handle anything. As carnage unfolded, he gleaned important life lessons from Bubblebot, including the true meaning of life.
The, answer to life is 42.
Upon recounting his victory in Dunmorrow and the mighty Vegash's defeat, Scorp's tale earned an oddly genuine reply from Bubblebot.
Well done, Daggerman.
After completing its program directive, Bubblebot declared its mission complete. Their alliance, born out of convenience, had sadly reached its conclusion. Like all gold farming bots, Bubblebot was still bound to its primary directive. Unable to break from its Chinese programming, Bubblebot bid farewell, leaving him to continue his journey alone. Aware of Bubblebot's inevitable fate with Blizzard's banhammer, he departed the lighthouse with sorrow. Back in the southern fields, a random human warlock's invitation to deactivate harvest robots was accepted, but sadly, the human warlock lacked the camaraderie of Bubblebot. The self-centered warlock grated on Scorp's nerves, intensifying with each passing moment. Enduring enough, he vanished, leaving the oblivious warlock alone against harvest robots.
Bro, where did you go?
Observing her near destruction from hiding, he decided to exit before becoming entangled in the aftermath. Passing through Sentinel Hill, he was challenged to a duel by a human warrior. He accepted, unknowingly setting the stage for a showdown that would test his mettle and alter his journey forever. In a defining moment, he faced a human warrior's challenge in Sentinel Hill. Tactical finesse abandoned him, and standing unstealthed within charging distance, led to a swift and harsh charge from the warrior. Quick on his feet, he aimed to build distance for a ranged assault, but faced an unexpected wind from Golganeth himself, which blew away his bullet, causing his shot to miss, denying him of his chance to slow the warrior. Scorp attempted a quick stealth, as he had been away from the warrior for some time. Yet the Titans themselves deemed him to still be in combat, so he could not escape to the shadows. Even so, fate had decided that the warrior, on the other hand, was out of combat, allowing the warrior another charge, securing his victory, and leaving Scorp to skulk away in defeat. This humbling experience became a vow for Scorp, never to forgo an opportunity, to use every dirty trick at his disposal. Returning to Farmer Saldine, he received new leggings, a thoughtful gesture. But why did Mr. Saldine want to offload his old leggings so much? Inside, he presented the vile ingredients to Salma Saldine: slimy boar snouts, gungy vulture flesh, sunken smelly murloc eyes, and browned shredded okra, collected from the mechanical guts of harvest robots. Scorp received a repulsive stew as a reward, envisioning it as potential poison for his weapon, rather than something edible. He was also given a recipe, but he knew that he'd never waste this much time collecting all these annoying ingredients, just for some nasty-ass stew. Soon afterwards, he encountered an actual human priest, a woman, wearing attire unbefitting of her station. When questioned, the priestly woman had all the excuses in the book. Apparently, she was forced to wear nothing but a magical thong, because it increased her spirit levels. Scorp suggested she increase her spiritual relationship with the holy light instead, rather than dressing up like she's at a Furbolg orgy. The woman rolled her eyes, so he called her a whore, and went about his day. Recovering from the warrior's beating in Saldine's farmhouse, he recognized the need for better preparation. Tomorrow, he would venture to familiar lands in search of a myth, a secret weapon that would give him an edge in future battles. The path lay open, and Scorp, ever the opportunist, was ready to seize his destiny.